In this presentation, we'll explore the effectiveness of linguistic registers in children. First, let's consider this. To engage in socially appropriate communication, we must command a variety of linguistic styles or registers that vary according to social context and our particular social relationship to the person we are speaking to. An important term to understand is child-directed speech, or CDS. CDS is characterized by slower tempo, higher pitch, wider pitch range, and exaggerated pitch contours. In general, people would speak to Timmy in CDS. For example, the dog barked loudly at the brown squirrel. Another important term to understand is adult-directed speech, or ADS. ADS is characterized by faster tempo, less pitch, narrow pitch range, and less emphasized pitch contours. In general, people would speak to Timmy's dad in ADS, like this. The dog barked loudly at the brown squirrel. So, we now know how to talk to Timmy and how to talk to Timmy's dad. But how do we talk to Timmy's sister? Well, if you don't know, the good news is that this study is based on subjects just like her. Why study people like Timmy's sister? Well, because she's in a critical stage of cognitive development and is starting to form her own opinions of the world. Also, she's not that shy when talking to strangers. The group of children studied included 5 girls and 4 boys, who were all between the ages of 9 and 11 years old. The subjects were randomly divided into 2 groups, Group 1 and Group 2, who were each read Story A and Story B in child-directed speech and adult-directed speech accordingly. Both Story A and Story B were stories that were made up, that the subjects had never heard prior to this study, and were written by me. After each story was read, the subjects were asked to complete a survey. They were asked their gender, their level of interest in the story, a content-based question about the quality of the reader, another content-based question, and to make additional comments, like what could have made the story more interesting. The data shows that, on average, the subjects reported the story read in CDS to be 62% interesting, whereas the subjects reported the story read in ADS to only be 55% interesting, showing an overall favor in CDS. The data also shows that, on average, the stories read in CDS had more correct content questions than ADS. This means that more information was retained effectively during the stories told in CDS. Moreover, the data further demonstrates that the subjects found the CDS speaker more interesting than the ADS speaker. It all comes down to this. The overall comprehension scores for ADS was 80%, and the overall comprehension scores for CDS was 89%. The overall interest scores for ADS was 55%, and the overall interest scores for CDS was 62%. We can gather from the information that comprehension was higher in CDS than ADS, and interest was higher in CDS than ADS. So now we know that the subjects, like Timmy's sister, had more interest in child-directed speech instruction and produced higher comprehension scores when instructed in this manner. So, the next time you're speaking to someone, think about it. Who are you speaking to? Timmy, Timmy's sister, or Timmy's dad?
Created using Powtoon.